Hello there. Matt Ely here, wrapping up, or close to wrapping up, my series to introduce the ideas of myopia to folks who know me and give some more context for people in the myopia Facebook group. My last video, I talked about the differential glasses and doing active focus with them to try to get the hang of this idea that I'm looking at some text that's here. I move the text back a little bit where it goes from completely clear to just a little bit blurry. I relax my eyes, I blink, and I try to make it get clear. Once you have done this for however long it takes you to figure it out, maybe quickly, maybe 30 days, go to myopia, look at the links for active focus, and you can find a lot more information than I can fill in a video here. But once you've done this and you have the idea about how to do it, then you're ready for the next step, which is what we call normalized glasses. The differentials are the glasses that you use for close work to let yourself see clearly just as far as the text is from your face, whatever distance that is. If this is a book, if it's a computer and you can have it out a little further, it depends. But you want something that gives you clarity to that point and that point only. Before I talk about normalized, once again, I am not an optometrist. I am not an ophthalmologist. I'm making these videos for informational purposes. This is not medical advice. The normalized glasses. Now that we have understood close-up and what we can do with close-up to manage the strain that puts on the focusing muscle in your eye, the ciliary muscle, now we need the stimulus that actually improves the distance vision. Again, we start with close-up because most of us have to do a lot of close-up, and very few people are going to stop reading or quit their jobs and move to the tropics and just look into the distance all day long. Most of us have to do 5, 6, 7 hours of close-up a day, and we don't really have a choice about it. But that is not what improves your vision. We're just learning how to manage the condition that puts a stress on our vision. Distance vision is what improves distance vision. What we want to do is take the measurements that we've done from our centimeters, where we got the distance to blur in each eye and both eyes together, get those measurements, convert them into diopters like you can find on the website and like I talked about in one of my previous videos. Convert that into the diopters you'll need for your normalized glasses. You want to be just slightly undercorrected. And first comment is, don't change anything about the astigmatism, and don't change the ratio between the eyes. So if you're at where I was when I started, a -4 in the left, a -5 in the right, plus some astigmatism in each eye, then the most you would reduce for the first normalized is -3 in the left, -4 in the right. Maybe less. Typically, for the first one, if you have an eye chart, which you can print out, just Google search printable eye chart and you'll find them. They're all over the internet, or you can order a nice one if you want. You want to be able to see to the 20/25 or 20/30 line for the first one. You also want to be something like 0.25 diopters undercorrected. And just go to myopia and search for the eyesight calculator, plug in the centimeter measurements you have, and it'll tell you what to do. Then, you get your new normalized. There's a process. Look for a video that Jake made called Zero Diopter Reset that tells you what to do with the first normalized. Basically, it is you want to give your brain, your visual cortex, because remember, vision is in the brain, a context for what clarity is. So if you wear a reduced diopter pair of glasses the same day that you wear your current ones, you're creating a situation where you're seeing very clearly and then you're reducing that clarity. And it puts some stress on the visual cortex in your brain. If you remember in a prior video where I talked about spending some time without glasses, and then putting the glasses on and really noting the sharpness and the clarity. We take the same idea. Wait until the morning with your new glasses. Even if you're excited to try this, wait. If you can do it on a weekend, that's ideal. And give yourself 20 minutes, give yourself an hour, give yourself longer. Notice that without your glasses, it's not clear. And you put these normalized on and notice how much clearer it is than when you weren't wearing your glasses. And of course, do this safely. If you have high myopia, if you're -5, -6, -7, you might have to do something else. But notice how clear it is when you put them on. Then enjoy that clarity. You want to, at this point, start doing active focus at a distance with your now reduced diopter glasses. If you could see 20/25 or 20/30, then you're trying to make everything crystal clear, just like you did with your active focus for close-up. There's a learning curve as well doing it at a distance, because your distance isn't consistent. You don't have perfect control over it the way you do here. The lighting may change more. There may be less consistency in the types of letters that you use. You want to use text. And again, text, because your visual cortex has a frame of reference for what text looks like. If I look outside into the grass, into the trees, and I try to make the individual blades of grass really crystal sharp and clear, it's hard for the visual cortex to do that. But if I look at something in the distance, like a road sign, I'm out on a walk in the neighborhood and I see a sign that says stop. I can distinguish between the C and the O, S-T-O-P. My brain, because it knows what an O looks like, can make that clearer. The letters are standardized, so there's enough idea of what they're supposed to look like that the visual cortex can sharpen it just a little bit. Do this for 3 to 4 months. Then reduce the normalized again by 0.25 diopters only. You'll have to go to End Myopia, read through the blog. Like I said, watch a video of Jake's a day, read an article of his a day if this interests you on the blog, and give yourself a month, give yourself 3 months, and you should pretty well have the ideas figured out. I cannot be comprehensive in these videos. There's too much to cover. My hope is just to introduce this to other folks. My hope is for people at least to know that it's possible to improve your eyesight. I will continue to post updates. I haven't done one in a while, but I do definitely want to share how I'm doing in my own vision improvement journey. I am about 50 or 60 days into wearing 0.75 diopter glasses. Typically after 100 days, I'm about adjusted to a new normalized. But with low myopia, it can take longer. There's a lot of variables. That's where I am. And still aiming for springtime of 2020 to be back to 2020 myself. But hopefully next year I can be largely out of eyeglasses. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment. I do my best to answer them. Sometimes it takes me a few days or a few weeks to get to them, but I do try to answer them. I'm very grateful that this has been helpful for some folks. I hope that it will continue to be so. And I'm about done with this series. If you're watching this through End Myopia, I'm going to go on to some other topics that are non-myopia related, but also have to do with health and wellness and are perhaps non-mainstream, or at least not well known enough by many people that I feel like I want to share them. Hopefully be of service to others. Thank you for watching. Until next time.